Hey, hey, welcome back to Keys and Cafecito, where we talk real estate, real life, and why your parents bought a house at 24 while you're over here deciding if you can afford guac and rent this month. I'm your host, Anna Franklin, realtor, homeschooling mama, and your cafecito fueled millennial voice of reason in this wild housing market. Today's episode is for my people out there wondering, why does buying a house feel so much harder than it did for our parents? Let's talk about it. Honestly, with some laughter and maybe a little economic rage. So, back then, when one income could buy a home, picture it. It's 1983. Your dad has a job at a factory. Your mom stays home and they buy a three-bedroom house with a garage and a yard for $65,000. No student loans, no daycare bills, no Zillow doom scrolling. They didn't have to ask, should I max my Roth IRA or try to pay off my $82,000 in student loans from a degree I never used? Meanwhile, you're budgeting for oat milk, wondering if you'll ever afford a home without roommates. So, what changed? Short answer, everything. Let's get into it. Home prices are way up. In 1980, the average US home cost $47,200. Today, that barely covers a down payment in most cities. Wages have not kept up. We make more dollars, but we have way less buying power. The cost of living is wild. Groceries, gas, childcare, healthcare, everything's up, and your paycheck feels like it's down. Student loans are crushing. Our parents, I worked weekends and paid for college. Us, I'm paying $700 a month for a degree that lets me answer emails with, per my last message. Job security is an absolute joke. Our parents stayed at one company for 30 years, got a pension, and a retirement party with cake. We get a layoff notice over Zoom and a 3-month LinkedIn premium trial. So, why does it feel so hard? Because it is. Millennials are not imagining this. We're not lazy. We're not bad with money. We're playing a whole different game with different rules on hard mode. I had a buyer say, my parents bought a house with one income and vibes. I'm over here with two jobs and I still can't qualify without a cosigner. You're not behind. You're just trying to buy a house in this economy. One of my clients, two incomes, good credit, solid savings, came completely overwhelmed. She said, my dad bought his house while paying for a boat. I just paid off my Target card and I feel like I deserve a parade. We laughed. Then we got her pre approved and she bought a home. Because, yes, it is harder, but it's not impossible. Little bonus for you, things boomers love that would not fly today. They love to say, just move somewhere cheaper. Yeah, thanks, Bob. We'll move where the rent is $1,100 and the nearest job is 3 hours away. When I bought my house, interest rates were 12%. Yes, Janet, but your house cost $67,000 and you weren't competing with 12 offers. You just have to work hard. We are. We're just doing it with no sick leave, no pension, and $9 cartons of eggs. What hasn't changed? Real estate is still one of the most powerful wealth building tools available. You don't need 20% down to buy. You don't need to be perfect. You do need a plan. And you need a realtor who gets that this market is wild and will guide you through it with no judgment. So, for our takeaway, this market is not easy. But you're scrappy. You're doing the work. You're breaking generational patterns and generational curses. Don't let anyone shame you for how long it takes. You're not behind. You're building your future in this economy, and that deserves applause. Thanks for listening to Keys and Cafecito. If this episode made you laugh, feel seen, or yell preach in the car, do me a favor. Follow the show, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Until then, sip slow, breathe deep, and go get those keys.